In this video, we're going to go over process capability in SoundCheck. CP will give us the measure of variance of data with respect to specification limits. If CP is greater than 1, the 6 sigma range is within the limits. If it equals 1, the 6 sigma range is exactly the range of the limits, and if it's less than 1, the 6 sigma range exceeds the limits. CPK is the process capability index. This is similar to CP, but it takes into consideration off-centered alignment of the data. The specification limits we're going to define are USL, the upper specification limit, and LSL, the lower specification limit. Here are the equations for CP and CPK. Let's look at an example of using CP and CPK together. In day 1, the spread of data is well-centered and CPK will equal CP. For example, both of them would be 1.5. On the second day, the spread of data gets a little bit off-centered, so CPK is less than CP. Here we'll say CP is 1.5 and CPK is 1.05. On day 3, the spread of data is outside the USL and LSL limits, so CPK will be below 1. CP will still equal 1.5, but CPK will be 0.66. Then on day 4, if the mean is outside the USL-LSL limits, CPK is less than 0. In this example, CP would be 1.5 and CPK would be negative 0.28. If we look at this data graphed over time, we can see that CP stays constant while CPK is trending downwards. Let's jump into SoundCheck and look at how we can use this within a sequence. First, I'll drop in my statistics step. From here, I'm going to look at my impedance estimated resonance. Once I select this curve, I can enable CP and CPK. I'll choose which axis to take the data on. For estimated resonance, I could pick all three, but I'll look at the frequency. With X enabled, I'll enter in my upper limit and my lower limit. When I look at my Values tab, I can now see for my impedance estimated resonance, I have CP and CPK values. As I start to run this sequence more and more, this data will start populating. The unit that I have here is very repeatable, so we're getting pretty stable limits. But if I had different pieces of data that were staying together, drifting further apart, etc., we would see these numbers changing. In the next video, we'll take a look at offline statistics.